What is up, everyone? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Back to reality, guys. The holiday is over. I've seen we got a new update today. We got a bunch of new champions added to the game. Tons of changes, so I'm gonna bring Cold Brew on the channel today to walk me through it, just to make sure I'm not missing on anything. I do have access to the test server, so I'm gonna be dropping tons of videos on the new champions from there. Let me know in the comments down below which one of them you wanna see first. Hacks changed, we have a new fusion, so many things going on. Let me know in the comments down below, are you excited for the new fusion champion? I'm gonna do a guide on it as well. Probably you've seen other guides already on it, but I just want to give you my take on it to see what exactly we can do with this champion, because it looks pretty decent. Now, before we move over to talk about all these guys, if you enjoyed the music you hear in the video, I just want to let you know I partnered up with Soundstripe. They have an amazing music library, so feel free to check them out. The link will be in the description down below. Plus, I can save you 15% on checkout by using code Skratch. Now, let's jump straight into it. We got Cold Brew on the channel today, guys. We want to know what's happening in Raid, so I brought Cold Brew here to kind of like walk me through everything that I missed while I was away. What's up, Cold Brew? How you doing, buddy?
Hey man, I'm doing fine. I stayed home. I wasn't on holidays like you, so I hope you had some fun. And I'll catch you up on the patch and everything.
Awesome. Yeah, I had a pretty good holiday. It went quick, so I'm back home, guys, back in business. So we're kind of like doing a bit of a catch up to see what's happening in Raid in the last 3 weeks. You know, I've seen so many different titles of videos. I haven't really watched anything because I didn't have time, and honestly I wanted to completely disconnect from the internet and stuff, but I managed to see some titles here and there, some of the patch notes and stuff like that, but honestly I kind of forgot everything, so that's why we're here. Now, I haven't played this account. You guys know I have multiple accounts. I haven't played this account since I left for the last 3 weeks. I was in Gold 5 and I woke up all of a sudden in Bronze 1 today, man. So I don't know if I missed something in the patch notes in the last couple of months or something like that, or whatever changed, but all of a sudden I woke up in Bronze 1, and I just gotta point out that the teams that they are in here are disgusting. Like, if we're gonna fight right now in Gold 5 and Platinum Arena, because of how busted the system is, we're gonna find weaker teams there than in Bronze. So you guys can see it right now. I'm in Bronze 2 because I've actually done a few fights just to climb back up. But look at all these nasty teams. 300k power, 434k power. It's pretty nasty, huh?
I think it's everybody that quit and they put them all together. From what it looks like, because I don't see weak teams, so it may be, you know, because you're in Bronze, it's how the system works with the account power. And if you have high account power, it puts you in against high account power. Probably is something like that, because I don't think... I hope Bronze 2 is not like that.
Bronze 1 was exactly the same. Like, honestly, it didn't change nothing in terms of teams. I would assume that, yeah, there might be people that stopped playing, but I'm not sure why. I only stopped playing for 3 weeks, you know. Like, wouldn't it be normal for them to derank me from Gold 5 to Gold 4 or Gold 3, Gold 2, Gold 1, Silver? Yeah. I woke up directly in Bronze, you know, so I gotta do so many fights to get to 4k plus points, which honestly I don't even want to do it, you know. Like, my Great Hall is maxed. I have 60k almost of gold medals here. Painful. Tag Team Arena stayed the same. I just deranked a bit in Silver. But enough with all these guys. I just wanted to show you a bit how everything looks in Bronze, because I've seen all those teams there. What's been happening in the game, Cold Brew? Like, what do we have new in here?
So other than the 8 new champions that we have new beginnings. I think that's because you came back to the game. Because I
came back. They're trying to get my money. Yeah,
get your money. I haven't spent money, by the way, in the game for since the end of May.
Oh, nice.
So
well done.
I've been free to play.
Well done. It's like a alcoholic group right here talking. I haven't done it in a while. Well done, you know.
So they have 8 new champions in the game, which is pretty cool. With the last patch, one of them is the fusion, the fragment collection that is gonna start today, and all the events that we have as usual, those are gonna be there. So Drang is a pretty cool champion if you wanna cover this together. So he does have an HP burn that cannot be resisted, but you know, he's affinity, he's spirit affinity, so it can get weak hit. So that still works. And he has a strong A1 skill with the HP burn activation, which is like what Ninja has on his A2. So that's pretty good. But again, you need consistent HP burns, so it will work more with a Vizier, I would say, in a clan boss situation or something that applies HP burn all the time, because that will take it away very quickly.
What I wanted
And
to ask
then
about this, is it for every single hit? Because it attacks one enemy 2 times. So I changed to the test server, guys, just so you guys know why I have access to all this. I literally just clicked on the other account that I have logged in on the test server. And it says attacks one enemy 2 times. So basically, with each hit, activates the HP burn, or only once per skill. How does that work?
From what I've noticed, it's only once per skill. So
Okay.
it's not per hit.
Makes sense.
Because it says instantly activates, and it doesn't say instantly activates per hit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've tried to notice it myself, and it wasn't per hit. And then he has a really cool passive for a defense team, because he reflects damage back to attackers. So if you have like a defensive team, he can actually kill your nuker with that. Yeah, I've seen him in defensive teams on the test server, and that's how he works. It's a very strong reflect back on attackers, and it works really well.
Nice.
And yeah, overall, for a free champion, because he also has the equalize skill, I think it's a worth kind of fragment collection to go for. Just the HP burn is going to allow many people to get through the spider, even though with the weak hits, it's still going to work. You don't need accuracy on the guy at all to even activate the HP burns. He doesn't need it, so you can focus on all the other stats, and you use him that way to push through. And I think Helicath is also like a great one that we had. So they're doing some good work the last few champions that they're adding to the game.
Yeah, I think so too. We had Gaius as well, which is a pretty solid champion. But this is actually definitely very interesting. I love the idea with the passive, how you mentioned it. Like, I wanted to try some reflect damage champion ages ago, the rare one, Bogwalker, I think, because of something similar. But knowing that he can be used in a defense just to wreck the enemy nuker, that's actually pretty solid. So we covered the fusion a bit, guys. I'm gonna make an in-depth guide on it in the next few days. I know we have a few other things that happen in the game. How was the event, the so-called new event, Path of Light? Did you guys enjoy it? You enjoyed it, Cold Brew? How was the experience with that event?
I didn't even bother to complete it, because the rewards, I don't know if you saw them, the rewards weren't that great. It was 3 vertical lines, and each line had the final reward, like the best thing. So one of them was 5-star chicken, the other a legendary book, and the other a void shard. Okay, 1 void shard. So to get those, you need about 20,000 points on each line, and to get those points, it was events like we always have, artifact enhancement, and I think dungeon divers, or was it? Yeah, dungeon divers, like getting loot from dungeons or campaign, and you got slowly points for that. Or if you want to, you could just buy the points. So it's a new thing that the others just get money. Honestly, buying the points was not worth it in my eyes, because I mean the rewards are not worth that money. So $20 for one line, about, or 25 to get 1 void, it's definitely not worth it. Or 1 legendary book, it's not worth it for me. So you would get it if you did, your artifact enhancement or just farming every day. But the event wasn't that long. It was like 3 days. So you had to push more than usual to get those, and it wasn't worth it for me. So I didn't even bother to get the final reward.
So basically another event from where they can kind of like drown your resources. And after, I've seen that they actually offer an option to purchase the points, which I found really odd. And yeah, I haven't actually went to do the event whatsoever, because I haven't played the game for the last 3 weeks. And I gotta say, for the last 3 years, these 3 weeks of holidays, I only logged in twice, and I gotta say it was amazing, man. Like, knowing that every single day I was logging in the game, doing the stuff, it felt so good to have a bit of a break from it,
Yeah, I bet. I had my own break when I came to England. for my holidays in February, it was the same feeling. Like 1 week, didn't touch the game. I tried like one day to do clown boss and stuff. I was like, oh, I don't have time to wait on my phone for 20 minutes for this to be over. Just whatever. And lose the rewards, but it's fine.
And we got skins for Tranda, right? So Tranda, she should be more shiny now. Let's see if we
Did you see the skins at all?
So we have the classic skin, we have the Ice Drake skin, which I don't like. This looks like High Elf somehow. I'm like Tatura's horns on the head. I just don't like that at all.
Yeah, this one is the free one. The Ice Drake.
Is it?
The Ice Drake is the one, well, free. They have events for it, and you get 50 fragments now. Well, we had them, so you lost them if you didn't play at all. And then at the end of the month, we're going to have another 50 fragments. So you can potentially get it for free if you do all the events. So it's summoning events. So that opening charge, which is very difficult to do after a fusion or before a fusion, you don't want to do that. And if you don't want to do those events, you could buy the 50 fragments now for, I think it's $15, and then buy again, I guess at the end of the month, another $15. So together $30 for the skin. And the Incineroar skin, the fire one, you see that was offered for $35.
Yeah, much better.
Just
like
on
this is much better, the skin. So I have no regrets for missing on this skin, because I really don't like it. Then I've heard something about the vault, reserve vault space. Now I do have a graphic right here with the costs for it, guys. So if you see on the screen, we have the silver cost all the way up to 300, or the gem cost. So feel free to add that up yourself if you want. I'm gonna leave it for a second here on the screen so you guys can see it.
It's more than 100 million silver, I think, in total, or like 4,500 gems, somewhere there.
So it's still very expensive, huh?
It's more expensive if you use your silver than if you use gems. That's what they want. Yeah. They want you to use gems, because gems you can just get from gem mine, or you have to buy them, compared to silver, which you get from farming. So that's why they have it more expensive.
Absolutely.
It should have been cheaper. It should have been way cheaper on silver.
Yeah, at least like half of it. I never recommend people to buy it with silver, because the amount of gems you are using to get these slots, you won't be recovering not even half of the amount of the silver that you're gonna use. So definitely gems is much better. Now, for free to play, I understand why they would want to use silver, but then remember, it's hard to get the silver as well, guys, and it's gonna cost you, you know, and probably you're not gonna need it. Like 300 slots in here are welcome for when you're summoning like a crazy kraken, you know, you have hundreds of shards, but when you don't really have to worry about it. Personally, that's kind of like how I feel about it. And we have another new thing that happened, and that is the hex changes, right? So I've heard some things about the hex. You think is a great change? You think something insane is gonna happen with a hex, or is not something that will change the game?
I think it's a solid change, and it only really applies maybe to Rule. The Handmaster is good for, and Mithrala in teams, because they have more stuff to provide other than the hex. So especially Mithrala, so you can use her maybe with Trunda for Hydra. So Trunda's A2 does a big damage, or maybe Hex does 10% of that, I think, through the A2, because the way that it works is like it's considered like a
extra hit,
a single target hit instead of an AoE. Somebody was telling me this on stream, but I told him I gotta test this out. So it's additional damage if you want to run that kind of team and use the Hex for that. So it's good. And yeah, I think that they wanted to add more stuff to make it easier for people to use, and actually make it work in AoE teams, especially to get more damage out of.
Got you. And another thing, we got a new champion rebalance, right? Like, this is something that I actually paid attention to. I checked it out, and I'm very happy with the changes, man. Like, we got some serious changes on some of the champions, right? Like Venus, she has a 100% chance to land HP burnout, which is amazing.
Yeah.
We have Lord Shazar. I've been running this bad boy for months now in Platinum Arena, guys. You've seen I've done top 20 every week with this bad boy, top 10. And he actually got a buff. His bombs, now they have a pretty substantial damage buff, you know? So I actually have the multipliers right here. So it went from 3.2 to 4.2 on the bombs, which is a substantial buff there. We have the Lugan changed quite a bit. It doesn't feel as huge, but it changed from attack to HP, which is definitely welcome because he's an HP-based champion.
Needed, yeah.
Was needed for sure. And Cupidus, on his A2, it almost doubled, man, from 2.1 to 4 attack, which is pretty damn solid. I'm actually gonna look for Cupidus right now because I can't remember what exactly he does with that skill, you know, so I gotta check it out.
HP burn as an AoE.
Oh, wow, yeah, so
chance.
this is definitely...
He's gonna be very strong with Venus now. I have 4 of him, if you remember. Oof. I have 4, and I will make a video. I will see if I could book them. Maybe I do this on the test server instead. If you look at his passive, they changed that also now. He counterattacks when Venus is in there, always. And his attacks inflict 25% more damage. So it's not only if there's debuffs on. It used to be like that. If there were debuffs, he would do more damage. And now he has become way better than he was before. I think for Hydra, he's going to be very nice with Venus to have him in there. He's going to be doing a lot of damage with the HP burns, with the nukes, with the single target that he has.
Absolutely. I actually made a video, I think, with Ash, because I prepared tons of videos for when I was away, and we were talking about champions that you should remove from the vault, and I talked about Cupidus because a lot of people underestimate Cupidus, but right now, actually, with the buff, he's such a solid champion. AoE on the A1, very powerful. AoE on the A2 is kind of like Foley, like the rest of the gang that deals pretty good damage. So I'm pretty happy with what changes we got on Cupidus as well, man.
Yeah. I totally love the counterattack now. I think it's gonna be very strong, and I can't wait to test it out.
So I've heard we're gonna get a new skin for Kale. I don't think that's in the game at the moment. Probably they're gonna sell it or something like that. Now, I know that we got a bunch of new champions. So I know we got so many new champions, and I've heard all sort of... I mean, I've seen all sort of titles. Better than Tranda, better than Tranda. I don't even know which one of them is the so-called better than Tranda, but I'm curious to find out. I see we have 4 new Spirit Legendary champions right here. I feel like Spirit... We never really had enough Spirit champions. So now I feel like they're giving us tons and tons of Spirit champions for the last few months. So we got Kreia, the Watcher, and the Tiger.
Yeah, the Tiger one is the... And the other one next to it is the new ones. But the Tiger is the one I'm most excited about out of those that you're showing. Other than the Fragment. So this one is a defensive-based nuker. But he's also like a support. Which is what I like so much about him. He applies the Veil on one of your allies. He applies decreased defense before he attacks. Then he attacks. And then he also stuns on the same attack, which is crazy.
Very solid,
strong
yeah.
A2.
Very solid.
Yeah.
Does he hit hard as well? You tried him?
Yeah, he hits hard, and he works so well, like in the standard Sifi team with Warlord and Kymar, because that team doesn't have a defense down. He does it himself, and it's so good. And then if somebody doesn't die, he stuns. If you have him with enough accuracy, so you build him basically with some accuracy, like at least 300. Let's say, because you can let him be without so much defense, and he still does a lot of damage. I think he's one of the top defense nukers now.
Oh, nice. Very nice to hear it. And walk me through it, man. Which one of these beastly champions, because we have, look, like 4 more here. We only got
magic ones.
We only got legendaries, right? So we haven't got any epics, new ones.
Yeah, no, only legendaries, 8 new legendaries. And
oh, wow.
4, now that I see it, it's 4 magic for spirit that they added.
So magic, we have loads of them, but...
From those, only, this guy is okay. Nothing too special from what I remember, his skills.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
Nothing too exciting. He's passive, I think it's something with block damage. He stuns the enemy or something like that.
Yeah, pretty weird.
And... The other one, the statue, is looking like a good nuker. I want to try her out because she has a passive. Yeah, that gives her 100. Gives her a lot of critical damage basically on enemies if you can stack debuffs on them. So you can get up to 100 extra critical damage. She has a double hitting attack.
Oh wow, this is nice as well.
Yeah, pretty solid. She has a transfer of debuff, so you'll need some accuracy on her if you want to do that stuff. She's got a solid A1. And then the other guy is the one that everybody is trying to clickbait about Trunda and stuff.
Is it this one?
Yes.
Demon
yes,
Spawn, of course. Of course, is another Demon Spawn. Like, that faction is just insane now. Just insane.
It's so easy to make those. Yeah.
Extra hit if the attack is critical. Attacks all enemies. Extra hit on targets with 50%, less than 50% HP. Ignores defense with each hit. Nice. Increase attack, increase crit rate, extra turn. Yeah, this is gonna be sick. As a champion, it's gonna be powerful because you're gonna be able to take him in a team with Sifi, for example, instead of an increased attack.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna make him very, very powerful. And having this extra hit as well, if the attack is critical, is gonna help you a lot with the dashes to knock her down. And this, so I actually have done a bit of research today, just talking with our clanmates because we're in the same Discord, but I've seen them saying that this skill actually has higher multipliers than Trunda, plus it ignores the defense, so this actually hits harder than Trunda. So we have a new king in town, basically, a new
the
OP
only
nuker.
The only problem with that is that if you cannot drop the enemy under 50%, it's gonna be one hit.
Yep.
So that's the only problem with it. So let's say you don't have a Ramantu and there's a Rotos against you, it's no way you can take him down.
Especially if you hit on reaction, so you're losing on the double hit. I feel like in terms of damage, I mean, we have Ruel who was hitting a bit harder than Trunda if you set him up, So unless this is like a crazy difference, probably people are still gonna run Trunda. I'm personally still gonna run Trunda. But overall, he looks awesome as a champion, so I'm very, very impressed with it.
I like his passive. His passive can work against hegemons nicely. Was what I was trying to do. So he activates the A2, the AoE when somebody dies. So you can cheese it out with like a small health champion in there and try to get the hegemon to kill it. So he activates the A2 immediately and kills the enemy team.
Oh wow, nice. So with a level 1 common champion, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely interesting.
That's I think he's the most interesting out of all the new champions that were added. This one is okay too, like ally protection, healing, I think.
Perfect Veil and counter attack on himself. I really thought they were gonna get Perfect Veil and counter attack on the same skill. I was like, wow, but then it's just on himself, so
on himself, it's not that exciting.
Forget about it. And this is just on the initial target, so it's not even AoE, ally protection, so not impressed with this champion.
And then the passive reduces the cooldown of that ally protection by 1 turn every time he drops health. So that's okay.
And it's
still
on a 1 turn cooldown, Interesting. Definitely looking forward to try this champion out. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. I'm gonna make guides on these champions, or I'm gonna just test them out. Let me know in the comments down below which one of these champions I should try out. Should I compare Trunda with this bad boy to see if they're actually living up to the expectations? I'm definitely looking forward to try out the Tiger as well and a couple of other champions. But yeah, pretty pumped to be back. Pretty pumped to try out all these new champions. Glad to see that we didn't got only kind of like rubbish champions, We finally got a Skinwalker, still though we don't have the fusion for it. Anything else that happened, or I think we pretty much covered everything, right?
I think that's pretty much it. Nothing else that is special. No. we had a 10x event, double 10x basically. So it was 10x for a few champions on Friday, and then it was different 10x on Sunday, so it was like a double, but same stuff as always.
Same stuff, just like buy shards, open them up. I've seen we had a guaranteed Kendraphone, which was pretty impressive to see that they actually did it. But interesting stuff going on. But yeah, guys, that was all for this video. Cold Brew, appreciate you being on the channel. Appreciate you putting me back to today with everything that's happening in here, guys. Don't forget to head over and check out his channel. Subscribe, guys. And we'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.